When I was 10 years old, I ran into my first bully, and I was always a loving, kind-hearted young child, kind of a nerd, got A's in school mostly, and wasn't really a fighter. Wasn't taught how to fight. Didn't have that inside of me. Didn't want to fight. Didn't want to hurt anybody. And until I met a person that was trying to bully, and he would bully not only me but my friends. And interesting, like I took it, didn't know what to do with it, but I also felt like I didn't have anyone to discuss it with, or to discuss my feelings, or what I should do, right? I knew the teacher knew it because she's seen it happen, and didn't really take care of it like she probably should have, when it did happen and she saw. But a lot of times it would happen when the teacher wasn't looking, of course, right? Why would they do it while they're looking, right? They're not trying to get caught. But in this particular instance, it wasn't the bullying to me that made me understand that I had to put a stop to it. It was the bullying of my friends. And so when I saw that, it brought something out inside of me that I didn't know I had, and I wanted it to stop. And so when I saw that, and he started coming towards me, I just reared back and swung as hard as I could. I didn't know what I was doing. I swung as hard as I could, hit this dude in the stomach, and he fell over like a ton of bricks. Just fell on his side, started crying. The teacher came and asked what happened, and the students were clapping, and then I got sent to the principal's office. Low-key, I think the teacher wasn't really that upset, but when you're in those positions, you got to do what you got to do. So they took me to the principal's office, called my parents, et cetera, et cetera. And I thought I was in for the beating of a lifetime. But after explaining the situation, the principal told them that he was a bully, and da-da-da-da-da. Now they didn't applaud it, but I didn't get in trouble either. I got suspended for a couple days. I think he got suspended too, because some of the other students told him about it. However, a short story, but I think that we can apply it to our lives now, because bullying doesn't just happen physically. Yeah, it happens physically, and if you're going through that, you need to tell somebody, you need to talk to somebody, but it also happens verbally. And if it happens verbally, it could be happening on the job, it could be happening in your relationships, in your marriage. And you need to put a stop to that, because those type of things, they affect us, and they affect us in ways that we couldn't even imagine, right? It could be affecting our calling in our life. It could be affecting our business. It could be affecting our family dynamic, right? There's bullying going on in families. And so what I'm trying to say is that we need to take action. You know what I'm saying? You need to take action. I'm not saying you should swing as hard as you can. I'm not saying that. I'm not condoning the violence. For some reason, I thought that's what I needed to do at the time, and it worked. Dude never messed with me again. Never looked my way again. Never looked my way again. But what I'm trying to have you understand is what I'm trying to express here is the need for it to stop. What did it do to me? I wish I could have stopped it the first time it happened, but I didn't. I let it ride. And it wasn't until it brewed up so much inside of me that I didn't think, I'm going to punch him soon. It just happened. It just happened. And sometimes, you know what I'm saying, in life, now that we're older, like, that was an explosion. You know what I'm saying? That was, my mind couldn't take it anymore. My heart couldn't take it anymore. And so I reacted. And I've always been a protector, right? My family, my friends, I protect them, right? But I had enough. And you don't ever want to get to that stage to where you just blow up because you just had enough. For some of us, it may be happening on our jobs. Listen, you don't want to blow up at work, all right? You don't want to blow up at work, because that's not only going to affect that job, that could affect a lot of things, right? And it could be that you're not even going to explode physically. You might be exploding verbally, but that can follow you too, right? And if you're in a situation to where you don't think if you don't know how you can get out of that situation or stop the bullying or stop the whatever verbal abuse is going on, then maybe it's time to look elsewhere, right? Maybe it's time to look elsewhere. Maybe it's time to start your own business. Maybe it's time that you take the initiative, you take a stand and put an end to it. Putting an end to it might be talking to, some authority that's above that person. It may be that you need to talk directly to that person, but it also may be that you just need to go. So I don't know what you're going through, but please don't let anybody bully you verbally, physically, and whatever other way they could be bullying you. Don't let it happen. The last thing I'll say is ask God for guidance. Ask God for guidance. Now, I didn't know God back when I was 10 years old. I didn't get to know him until I was 24. But that's the best advice I could give you. Ask God what to do. If he tells you to go to the superior, to someone higher, do that. If he tells you to leave, you got to do what you got to do. I know it can be scary, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't want that, that dynamic to change, because it will change. But you don't want to go through that. You don't want it to get to a point to where you're going to erupt. Anyways, hope this helps somebody. God bless you guys. Love you. Have a great day.